Hey guys, welcome back to Bearded Lumber. Matthew and I greatly appreciate you tuning in. Today's a great day. We're going to go over our new to us Chevrolet C5500. We bought this 2 weeks ago, probably three weeks Monday. Okay. We knew we was getting a little pig in the poke. That's not unusual for us. Got a good deal on it. Guy made us a good deal. But we are about 99% finished and ready to put it to work. I got a couple things we're gonna have to go to the junkyard and get, and I'll cover them in just a minute. So come right back and we're gonna go through everything we've done to it, and take it for a test ride. Okay guys, welcome back. We're going to do a quick walk around, and Matthew and I are going to try to remember everything we've done over the last couple of weeks. We start by raising the bed. If you hadn't watched the Facebook video, the guy we bought it from bought a cab. He traded for a cabin chassis, and somebody he knew told him if he'd put a dump bed on it, he'd buy it. So he runs a metal fabrication shop, built a brand new dump bed. Guy never come back. So the truck has a brand new bed. It's never had nothing hauled in it. It dumps extremely well. There you go. The first Ford truck that we bought, that was one of the things we were most dissatisfied with, was how shallow it dumped. This is excellent. Let's see if I can remember. We had to hook up the rear fuel tank, get it back to working the way it's supposed to. It actually pumps from that tank into this one, and then from this tank into the truck. On this particular Chevrolet, the parking brake is a big round drum on the back of the transmission. We put new brake shoes on it. Actually need to adjust it up just a little bit to make it just a little bit tighter. I don't know if the guy ever greased it. There was a little grease on there. I don't know if he greased through it or just smeared some on. Because when I greased it, it took 2 tubes. It took a lot of grease to get it, the whole scissor mechanism greased. Yeah, go around the other side there, Matthew. You can see how much neater and nicer this is. Here's our 7-pin connector. It's actually on a disconnect. It didn't have a 7-pin. They had chopped up the factory harness. It was a mess. We cut it all back basically to right here and redid it all, put it all in looms. All the brake lights work, turn signals work, and we actually added reverse lights. So they are quite bright at night when you need to see where you're going. Anything else back here?
Camera.
Oh yeah, we put a backup camera on it. I'll show you that in the cab. I'll have to let the bed back down. Over here, we pulled the battery tray out and fixed a bunch of wires that put proper ends on them. And I like a disconnect, so I actually wired in a battery disconnect. The interior, other than taking an air hose and blowing everything from one side to the other and smearing a little Armor All on it, I mean, it's missing pieces here and there, but we're okay. This is one of the junkyard pieces we need. I'd like to have a little better dash. They boogered this one up. Seats are not tore up. Power windows work on the front. The rears are manual. That dash piece goes right there. Has a 40-60 bench seat with storage underneath it. You can put a lot of crap under there. Power mirrors work. up here. My wife and I drove it one night, and it was dim. You couldn't see. For whatever reason, these LED bulbs only light half the top, and it was only lighting that one and this one. So Matthew and I went in and rewired it to where it lights both of them. I'll show you real quick. That's low beam, high beam. That'll make a world of difference at night. Under the hood, we just did a full service on it yesterday. Changed the oil, changed the oil filter, fuel filter, air filter, transmission filter, and had one transmission line. This one was leaking right here at the seam, so we put a new transmission line. The biggest nightmare with the whole thing was the wiring. Somebody bit into it. They was chasing a problem. Couldn't get it to start one day. Got it start, and then I couldn't get it shut off. And it was a multitude of just dirty, bad connections. And we went through and cleaned them all, tidied it all back up. This is another junkyard piece. There's an inner fender that goes here. I had it. The guy, when he brought the truck, it was here, and we drove it, and it ain't here. So I don't know where it went. And there's a little inner fender down here. There's a box cover for the electronics there I'd like to get back. And of course a fuse box cover. Let's see.
We didn't rewire these lights.
Yeah, all this has been redone. They had them little blue connectors. We cut all that out, put everything back in the loom, and taped it up, tidied it up. I put about 2 cans of Freon in it, and it's got ice cold air. We need a, why we're missing the antenna, I don't know. That's another little junkyard thing we can pick up. And we need a sun visor holder. Other than that, the heat didn't work. The vent, guys on Fords and Chevrolet both, they got a vacuum pump. It has to be plugged in or it won't work. Let's see right here. Yeah, here's our transmission line we had to replace. For whatever reason, it's leaking right around that seam. These are not too bad, pretty easy to replace. I did put a new headlight dimmer switch in. The dash lights wasn't working, and this is normally the culprit. We had to buy these headlight terminals because the low beam had a 3-prong and the high beam had a 2-prong. So now they all have 3, and that's how we fixed that problem. What else over here? Does have tag and insurance on it. It's ready to go. We just filled up transmission fluid, checked it. Fuel filter is a booger to get to, and while we had it off, we found 2 wires that go to that fuel filter, 2 different plugs that wasn't plugged up. So they're back in play. Windshield wipers work. We did put a new set of wiper blades, of course, on it. Let's see here.
Air rad seat. We fixed the seat in here.
Oh, that's a big one, yeah. On this side of the truck, they had an air compressor and a train horn. We took that stinking train horn off, and it's easier if I sit down. Oh, now got a real air ride seat. Why you would have a train horn instead of an air ride seat, you can hear the compressor kicked on. You want to jump up the cab with me in a minute, Matthew?
There you go. It's pointed at your belly and it's still recording.
Okay. Let that air compressor quit rolling. Alright, in here we've had this whole dash apart multiple times. The horn switch is bad, and instead of fooling with it, that's an awful horn. I put the backup lights on a switch because they are quite bright, so you don't need to use them all the time. This is a fuel transfer switch. That's the way they had it wired in, so we had to go back with it. Like I say, all the lights and doors and everything work. I'm tickled because we spent months on the other one chasing those problems. Whole motor sounds good.
There's the backup camera.
Yep. Now we got. I wired the backup camera to where it stays on all the time because this truck does not have a rear view and it's got a big head rack on it. So if you're in traffic and you want to keep up with what's behind you, you can easily see now. So, okay, let me get the hood buttoned up on it. We're going to take a quick ride and we'll wrap this up. Okay guys, we did use one little bit of zip tape. The armrest was the only thing tore up. Let me tell you, that cool air conditioning feels good. I'll turn it down a notch. There we go. We had to do the last minute couple things, double check the oil and water level. We're going to take a little test ride. Other than parts I showed you that we need from a junkyard, I think we're ready to use it. We got to build us some sideboards because we definitely need to haul some sawdust. We got a mountain of it. I do like the backup camera running all the time because I'm used to a rear view mirror and this thing just does not have one. If it did, you couldn't see nothing out of it anyway. That air got even colder. Put some air across the evaporator out there. Yeah, I'm quite happy with it. 55 mile an hour at about 1700 RPM. Say it's got plenty of get up and go. It's got more than it needs.
Roll the back up.
Most of the Duramaxes, they have a tow haul button here. On this one, it's right there. I don't know, whatever reason. But that's where they put it on these trucks. Allison has a good dynamic braking when you're in tow haul mode. you gotta do is lightly touch the brakes, and the more loads you got behind it, the harder it'll try to help you brake. It does a good job. Got the same thing in the green Chevrolet, and I love it. That's it. Quick little road trip. I'm sure things will come up over time. I mean, that's just the nature of owning vehicles, but I feel good enough about it that we're going to try to put it to work. Maybe one day next week, we catch a slow morning, we'll try to run to the junkyard and see if we can round up these couple little parts and pieces we want. But I'm quite thankful to own it. I think the guy we bought it from was probably glad to get rid of it. It had a lot of electrical gremlins. Matthew and I worked hard on going through every one of them, checking all the wires for rubbing, chafing, getting everything put back with dielectric grease, cleaned, wrapped back up, and putting it in looms. It's just part of the process. But we'll put it back in the barn for the day. I guess the next thing, we'll get those parts and pieces, and we'll build us some sideboards so that we can actually haul a load on it. That'd be a good thing. Guys, we appreciate you watching. Didn't do a whole lot of filming on this because we've done a lot of that on the Ford, and this really didn't need a lot, just little nitpicky stuff. So like I say, we're thankful to own it. Got any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer them. Big thank you to Matthew and Solomon, as always, for editing these videos. I couldn't do it without them. Don't forget to check out Solomon's YouTube channel, 11 Charlie Scale Modeling. Like I say, he does a lot of 3D printing. If you need some, try to communicate with him there, or at 525 Design, or you can message me and I'll get you in touch with him. But that's going to do it, guys. Appreciate each one of you. We'll see you back at the mill.
Thank you for watching. Here's a video selection and a playlist suggestion. Click here to subscribe for more great content. We'll see you at the mill.